Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rudra and today we are continuing Python programming series. In previous lecture we studied about variables and data types and how to take input from the user, in what form we can take input, in what data types we can take the input from the user. Today in lecture 3 we will study about operators. Operators, basically in this topic we will study about how to manipulate or operate on the data taken from the user. So without wasting any time, let's continue. First operators are arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are used to perform mathematical calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division between two values called operands. Operands are the two values in which we are operating. Examples: addition with plus sign, subtraction with minus sign, multiplication with star sign, division always returns float. It is an important thing to remember that always returns in a float value. So here we have to do data type conversion with slash backslash. Float division, remove decimal part. If we only need the integer part, then we do float division. Modulus, remainder, and double star is exponent power. Here you can see examples of arithmetic operators. True division always gives a float result even if the number divides in. Here you can see 10 by 2 gives 5.0, not 5. So we should keep that in mind. Float division round the result down to nearest whole number, not just removing decimal. So it doesn't just remove the decimal, it rounds it off. Modulus is very useful for checking if a number is even or odd or divisible by something. Example, if there is a number, if we do modulus 2, if it is equal to 2 equal to 0 means it's even, because that number after dividing by 0 it gives the remainder 0, so it is even because it is divisible or completely divisible by 2. So it is a point to remember because it is used in many questions. In many questions it is, this point is used. Second type of operators are assignment operators. Assignment operators are used to assign values to variables. They can also combine an arithmetic operation with assignment in a single shorter step. Like for example, assignment operator are basically to assign a value to an variable. Is equals to x is equals to 5. Assign 5 to x. Now assignment, there is a shortcut to assign a value and to do operation, arithmetic operation at the same time. Like plus is equals to x plus is equals to 3 basically means x is equals to x plus 3. The new value of x is basically x plus 3. Similarly, minus is equals to x minus is equals to 3 is equals to x is equals to x minus 3. So these are assignment operators, and these are the shortcut ways that we can assign and do arithmetic operation at the same time. These shortcut operators make code shorter and easier to read, especially when updating a variable based on its own current value. They work with all arithmetic operators, not just addition. As you can see, there are other examples of the other arithmetic operators as well. You can use it with all the arithmetic operators. Comparison operator. Comparison operator compares two values and always return a boolean result, true or false. Like we have seen in math, double equal to in Python equals to refer to as assignment operator. Double equal to refers to as equal to. Now the value should be same. Like 5 double equal to 5, it is true, so result will be printed true. Exclamation mark is equals to is not equal to. 5 is not equal to 3, true, that's why the result is true. Here greater than 5 is greater than 3, true. Less than 5 is less than 3, false. Greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. These are comparison operator to compare two values and print the result in true and false. Common mistake is equals to is used to assign a value, while is equals to is used to compare two values. Mixing these up is one of the most frequent beginner errors. Comparison operators are most commonly used inside if conditions and loops to make decisions. In further lecture, we will study about if else and loops. They can compare numbers and also strings based on alphabetical dictionary order. Next operators are logical operators. Logical operators are used to combine multiple conditions, usually comparison results, into a single true false result, like and or not. True only if both conditions are true. Here logical operators are used to check the condition on statements, like if there are two statements, 5 is greater than 3 and 10 is greater than 2, that if and is used between them, so these both parts should be true. That's why and is used and will result true. If one of them is wrong, like 5 is greater than 3 and 10 is less than 2, then the result will be false. Or true if at least one condition is true. If in these both two conditions, if they at least one is true, then it will be printed true. If both of them are wrong, then only it will print false. Not reverse the result, true becomes false, vice versa. Not 3 greater than, not 5 greater than 3. So because it is true, we are using not. 5 is greater than 3, so it should be true, but we are using not, so it will become reversed, it will become false. Okay, these are the basic concept. Truth table A, B, you can read it if you want. Key points, very useful for checking multiple conditions together. Example, age is above 18 and has a valid ID. It will be used in basic concept, like if there are multiple conditions that are being applied in a question, to check if both conditions are true, that's when and will be used. And if we only need to check one condition, that's when or will be used. Python evaluates and or using short circuit evaluation. For and if the first statement is false, it won't even check the second, the whole thing is already false. Let's move on to next operators. Membership operators. Membership operators are used to check whether a value exists, is a member inside a sequence such as a string, list, tuple, or set. Membership operator basically check if the value is a part of that sequence, such as string, list, tuple, or set. These are of two type: in, not in. In, true if value is found in the sequence. A in cat, A in present cat, cat, so it is true. Not in, true if value is not found in the sequence. Z not in cat, so as you can see there is no Z in cat, so that's why it's true. Extremely useful for quickly checking if an item exists in a list, string, or other collection without writing a loop. Works on any Python sequence type: string, list, tuple, sets, dictionary. Checks keys by default or dictionary. So all these data type sequence we will study in later lectures. String we will study in next lecture probably. Then we'll study a little bit about loops and if else condition. Then we will talk about list, tuple, set, and identity operator. Identity operators check whether two variables point to exact same object in memory, not just whether their values are equal. Is not. These are of two types: is or is not. true if both variables refer to the same object in memory. Identity basically tells us the identity of anything to confirm the identity. So it checks if two variables point to exact same object in memory. All the variables objects are stored in memory, so it basically checks the identity of the object. Is operator is true if both refer to the same object in memory. Is not if both do not refer to the same object in memory. Difference to remember: double equal to checks if values are equal. Is checks if value are same object in memory. Two different lists can have equal values but still be different objects. We can see this within a very easy example, like if you assign a variable x is equals to 5 and then y is equals to 5, is equals to double equal to will be true because both values are assigned the same number 5, but is operator will not return true, it will return false because x is a different variable and y is a different variable. Both are stored at different locations in the memory. Both are different objects basically. Commonly used to check against none if x is none. In this way it is used in code. Rarely used for comparing number or strings directly. Is equals to is preferred for value comparison in almost all everyday code. Bitwise operator. Bitwise operators perform operation directly on binary bit level representation of integer. Operator AND is called AND operator. One only if both bits are 1. Okay, so here are the binary operators. 5 and 3 result is 1. OR operator, 1 if at least one bit is 1. 3 or 5 is result is 7. XOR, NOT, left shift, right shift. Bitwise operators work on underlying binary form of numbers, not the number themselves directly. As you can see, it just basically mean like if 5, we have to first convert 5 into binary. So what is the binary for 5? It's 0 1 0 1, and for 3 it is 0 0 1 1. So and what does and does? 1 only if both bits are 1. If both bits at the end are 1 1, so the result will be 1. So here as we can see, if you do and, then 1 1 will result in 1, 0 1 will result in 0 because both bits are not 1. 1 is 0, 1 is 1, so it will result in 0. 1 0 is also 0 and 0 0 is also 0. So after performing and, what we get? We get 0 0 0 and 1. So that's why result is 1. Similarly, or 1 if at least one bit is 1. So we only condition is one bit should be 1, then the result will be 1. So 1 1, so it will be 1. Here 0 1, one bit is 1, so here for or it will be 1. Here one bit is 1 and then 0, so again 1. Here both bits are 0, so it will be 0. So what's the result of A or B? So it will be 0 1 1 1. So what do we get? What is the decimal number for that? It is 7. Similarly, XOR, NOT, left shift and right shift. Bitwise operators work on underlying binary forms of number, not the number themselves directly. Used less frequently in everyday programming, but important in areas like low-level programming, networking, cryptography, and performance optimization. Left shift by 1 doubles a number and right shift by 1 halves it, integer division. So these are few important things that you should remember because sometimes they are asked in coding questions. They might be used in coding questions. Operator precedence. Operator precedence determine the order in which different operators are evaluated when multiple operators appear in the same expression. Operators with higher precedence are evaluated. Like if there are different objects or different values and you are operating on them at the same time, there are multiple operators in the same equation, then which operator will operate first and which one will operate on second, which one will operate at last, this is determined by operator precedence. So highest precedence is of parenthesis. First, whatever is inside the parenthesis will be operated, then exponent is operated, then unary positive, negative, bitwise not, these are operated. After that, the arithmetic operators, multiplication, division, floor, division, modulus. After that, addition and subtraction, then bitwise shift, bitwise and, bitwise or, comparison operators, then logical not, logical and logical. If I tell you to remember which one are the most important, then I think you should remember all these five, 1 to 5. These are important, these are mainly these are used in the questions. Other than that, so what was I saying, these top five are the important ones, they are mainly asked in questions, not after that. So if you want to remember, you can focus on these first five, like parentheses. If there would be a question, coding question on this, then it will be mainly from these five operators: parenthesis, exponent, unary, multiplication, division, floor division, modulus, addition. When operators have equal precedence, Python evaluates them from left to right. So except power exponent, which evaluates right to left. Using parentheses is always the safest and clearest way to control the order of evaluation. It also makes code easier to read for others. So if you want some part to be calculated first, then always use parentheses. Control the precedence of what you are calculating first and which operator should be evaluated first, then which one should be evaluated later. So use parentheses. When in doubt about precedence while writing real code, add parentheses rather than relying on memory. It avoids bugs and confusion. So if you don't remember the operator precedence, then just use parentheses. Close the operators in parentheses that will be basically calculated or evaluated first. So lecture 3 theory part is over. It was quite short for this. This is all for the lecture 3. Now let's move on to questions of lecture 3. Let's practice some questions on operators. So as you can see, module 3 operators, lecture 3, practice questions. Question 1, arithmetic operator. Write a Python program that takes two numbers from the user and display their sum, difference, product, quotient, remainder, exponent, floor division. So it is a basic question from arithmetic operators. It will help you get hands-on practice on how to operate using arithmetic operators on different values. So let's begin. Going to VS Code, I have created a file lecture number 3.py. You can also create it, and let's read the question again. Write a Python program that takes two numbers from the user and display their sum. So we have to take two numbers from the user. Take input. So num1 input, number one will be num1, the variable name. Then as we are taking number as input in previous class, we have learned about we have learned about a shortcut way to convert. As we can see, input always takes string values, so we are converting it, we are doing a type conversion here using int, then input, whatever we write in parentheses in double quotes in input will be shown to user. So enter first colon num2 int input enter second number. So we have taken input from the we have taken two numbers as input from the user, two ints as a input from user. Now let's write the code to do sum difference product quotient. We have to print sum difference product quotient remainder exponent. So let's do sum first. Print addition. Num1 plus num2. So addition is complete. Let's print difference. Here why don't we put an num1 minus. So difference is done. Print. Now let's do multiplication. Multiplication is done by star sign. Quotient. Quotient you can basically in quotient it's written for simplicity. Print. Now what's the next? Let me see. Remainder exponent floor division. So for remainder we will do modulus num1 modulus num2 print. Next was exponent I think. For the exponent this is the symbol. Last one is floor division. Floor division returns the rounded off integer value of after dividing the two values. So now that I think all of the question number 1 is complete, let's run the program. So enter first number. So let's input 10, the first number, and 2 as a second number, because it will be easy to identify if the R code is correct, if the answers are correct or not. So let's enter. Addition 10 plus 2 is 12, difference is 8, multiplication 20, division is 5. As you can see, the value of division, it is a float value. Remainder 0, because there is no remainder, because 2 completely divides 10. 10 is an even number. Float division 5, so decimal is removed from 0. Here you can check. So question number 1 was done. Let's move on to question number 2. There is a shortcut key, I think. If wait a second. Shortcut for comment with hash multiple. If you have any doubt, then you can also use AI for help like this. Many shortcuts, we forget many soft shortcuts sometimes. So we will get back to it. Let's first continue. Question number 2 is on assignment operators. Create a variable num is equals to 20. Use different assignment operations: plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, division equal to, and modulus equal to. One by one, print the values after each operation. So we have the question number 2. Let's go to VS Code. So here is the shortcut for commenting multiple line with hash. Control plus backslash in Windows. So that, let's first do question number 2. So we have to create a variable whose value should be 20. Now what do we have to do? We have to perform different plus equal to. Now what we are doing, basically we have to perform different operators, assignment operators. So what we are basically doing here, I have written num plus equal to 4. What is the other way to write this? Other way to write the same equation is num is equals to num plus 4. So What I have written above basically means this, what I have written below. So it is a shortcut. What I am basically doing here is I am reassigning, changing the value in num by adding 4 to it. Print after that num minus equals to 5. Print num after that num star equals to, let's say, 2, and print num after that num was the next, star equal to division equal to and modulus. Let's do it by 3. Num modulus 5 equal to 5. Print. So we have written the code. Let's run the code. So as you can see, first num is equals to 20. We have assigned value 20 to num. After doing this operation, assignment operator, plus is equals to 20 plus 4, num value of num updates to 24. Now that's why here 24 is printed. After this, we take num and subtract minus from it. So you have to, key thing to remember here is that num here, the num we are using in this equation is the same num after this. So it's not num is equals to 20. Now num's value has changed. So here num will be equal to 24. Now subtract 5 from it and it will print 19. After that we have to multiply num which is equals to 19 by 2. So we get 38. After that we do division by 3. 38 divided by 3. So we get 12.66, and we do modulus of 12.66 by 5. So we get 2.6. So this is question number 2 on how to use assignment operators. Number 2 is done. We have commented out the question number 2. Question 2. Now let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3 is comparison operator. Take two numbers as input from the user and display the result of following comparisons: greater than, less than, equal to, not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So we have to do these operations. Okay, question number 3. Two inputs from the user. So let's take X, same as we did in question number 1. Enter first number, input, enter second number. So we have taken input two numbers from the user. So what was the question? Now display the result of the following comparison. You have to compare, basically we have to compare all the values with greater than, less than, and everything. So let's do it. Print x greater than y, print x less than y, print x equal to y, print x is not equal to y, print x is greater than or equal to y, print x is less than or equal to y. So 6 operators. Here there are 6. Less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, not equal to. So question number 3, code is complete. Let's do it. Here it's asking enter first number. So we'll enter first number as, let's do 50. Enter second number. Let's do 45. So x greater than y, true. 50 is greater than 45. X less than y, false. X equal to y, false. X not equal to y, true. X greater than or equal to y, true. And for that it's false. We can do this for the other, like if we take x as 100 and y as 100, so the answer is false. X is not greater than y, x is not less than y, false again. X is equal to y, true. X is not equal to y, false again. X is greater than or equal to y, true. X is less than or equal to y, true as well. So our question number 3 is complete as well. Number 3 done. Shortcut control plus slash, all the code is commented. Now question number 4. What's question number 4? Logical operator. A student's age percent, take a student's age and percentage as input. Display whether the student is eligible for admission. If age is at least 18, percentage is at least 60. Also display whether results satisfy either of the conditions. So we have to use logical operators. These are the logics that we have to work with. Age is at least, minimum age should be 18, and percentage should be minimum 60. So then only the student will be eligible for admission. So we have to basically check if both conditions satisfy or not, and also display those conditions. So let's first we have to take input for age of student. So age is in integer format, that's why we are doing int. Enter your age, student age. Then percentage. Percentage can be in float values, like percentage is 17.70.2, 80.5, like that, 85.7. Yeah, that's why we are type converting to float, not int like in age. And percent. So we have taken both inputs from the user, age and percentage. Now we have to basically do we have to find basically if the student is eligible for admission by doing the two conditions. What were the conditions? Age at least 18 and percentage at least 60. Print eligible. Now we will write condition when the student is eligible or eligible for admission. So eligible for ad student will be eligible for admission when we have to use logical operator. So age should be greater than or equal to 18. Minimum it should be 18. So and percentage it should be greater than or equal to 60. Since we are using AND operator, if this thing will be printed true only when both of these conditions are. So that's done. Do we have to write the OR statement as well? Also display whether students satisfy either of the conditions. So we have to write the OR condition as well if students satisfy either one of them. So print satisfy either condition. Age greater than or equal to 18 or now it will print true even if one of the conditions is false. Only one condition need to be true to print true here. Percentage greater than or equal to 60. So code is complete for question number 4. Student age, let's do 20 and percentage let's do 80. So eligible for admission true, satisfy either condition true. Now let's check a case for second for false. I if we do admission age of student is 20, enter student percentage, let's do percentage. So eligible for admission false because percentage is less than 60. Satisfy either condition to true. One of the condition is satisfied, which is student is older than 18, at least 18 years old or greater. Let's check for both of the conditions to be false. Student is 15 and percentage is 50. So both of the conditions are false. Means the code is we have applied all the permutation combination of the values and the code is working fine. Question number 4 is complete. Let's comment it out. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 5, membership operators. Create a list of fruit, ask the user to enter fruit name and check whether it is present in the list using membership. We haven't studied about list yet, so just continue with me. You don't have to focus on how I created the list, just focus on the membership operator, how it is used. Okay, So question number 5. So fruits, we have created a list. List is basically a variable in which we store multiple values of similar type, like fruits. So we'll store the type of fruits in this list. So we can do, what is the next fruit? Banana. Mango. What do we? Orange. So we have created a list called fruits. These are the fruits in it. Now we have to ask the user to enter a fruit name. Check whether it is present in the list using membership operator. So we have to take input from the user. So let's fruit input. We are not type converting because we need the fruits are string. So the string given by the input is valid here. So no need for type conversion. Enter fruit name. Print fruit in fruits. Now we have taken the input from the user. User will provide us the input, and what will this condition do? Fruit, it will check whether the entered name is in fruits or not. Here the list of fruits. So let's check the both of them. Fruit not in. It will basically, one of them will be true, one of them will be false simultaneously. So we have to enter a name. Let's do mango. So mango, first it is printed true. Mango is in fruits here at number 3, and second is printed false because not in, it becomes false because mango is fruits. Now let's give some other values, like pear is a fruit. So if we enter that, then it becomes false and true. So question number 5, simple question. Don't focus on this how I created the list part. It's simple, not that complicated, but we'll study it in later lectures. So comment it out. Moving further on, question number 6, identity operator. Create two variables. Here the variables are given, and use identity operator to compare A and B and A and C print results. So that's how we have to create the variables. For simplicity, I'll just copy these variables. Question number 6. control plus. I have created the variables here provided in the question. So let's perform identity operators on them. Use identity operator to compare A and B and A and C. So print A and B. A is B. Identity is and is not. Print A is C. A is not B. Print A is not C. So we have used both of the identity operator, is or is not. They'll basically, the result printed by them should be opposite of each other. So as we can see, A is equals to, we have created a list here. Then we did B is equal to A, and C is equals to another list but with same values. So first, how are we? First is true. How? Because A is equal to this list of numbers, and we did B is equal to A. So A is assigned to B. That's why it is true. Both the value and the location of memory is same. Second is false. Second is false because both values are same. Like this list containing values, both are same. A is 10, 20, 30, and C contains 10, 20, 30. But in memory they are at different locations. First A is another variables and C is another variable. So that's why it's like that. And vice versa with the later condition is not B will result in false because A is B, and similarly A is not C results in true here. So moving forward, question number, what was this question? Question number 6 is complete. I hope you all are solving questions with me. Let's move on to question number 7. What's question number 7? Take two integers from the user, display the result of bitwise AND or XOR, left shift and right shift. So we have to take two input from the user. We can use this same syntax. For the sake of your time, I'm just using the already written code. So we have taken input from user, two integers from the user, x and y. Now we have to perform different bitwise operations on them. So first is AND operator. Symbol of AND operator is this. print or symbol for or is straight line. Then it is XOR. XOR has symbol is this. Then we have left shift. Left shift. Left shift by one for simplicity. Right shift. X. Right shift by one. So all the code is written. Don't forget the comma. #2. Enter first number. For your simple idea, let's enter 2 and 1 because it's better to understand this. So 2 is basically 1 is 0 1 and 2 is 1 0. So and will give us 0 because both the digits are for and both the digits should be 1 1 to result in 1, and in case both is not that case, that's why it's 0. Or will be 3, XOR will be 3, left shift 4, right shift 4. You can do this, you can verify all of this by writing the binary of 2 and 1 and perform AND or XOR left shift and right shift on them, and you will get the answer. So question number 7 complete. Last question, question number 8. So question number 8 is on operator precedence. Predict the output first, then write a Python program to verify it. Result is equals to 10 plus 5 multiply 2 greater than 15 and not false. Print result. Explain why the output is obtained. So you have to do this first, solving the question. First try to solve this on your own and find out the result. Then after that write this program in the VS Code and find the answer, and then evaluate why. If your answer is different, then think about why the answer is different. You can take help of ChatGPT if you want. So let's create a variable called result, and what we have to do, 10 was the question. 10 plus 5 multiplied 2 greater than 15. 10 plus 5 multiply 2 greater than 15, and no, and not false. Not false. print result. So all of you might have understand this part, might have confusion about this part, not and not false. And matlab means both these conditions should be true. So not false in Python, what is true and what is false? True is basically the number should be greater than 0, other than 0, anything. And false is basically 0. If anything is equal to 0, then it is considered as false, and if anything is not 0, then it is considered not false. So here you can write not false, or here you can write true. Both will work as same. Here to confuse you all, it is used not false. So an AND operator here, it it basically is asking if both these condition are correct or not, like that. So let's run this program, and the answer is true, because this will result in the result of this will be greater than 0, and this is basically true. So both of them are true, hence result is true. Now let's find out, let's solve this part. So can you tell me how this is done? First, if you follow operator precedence, first we will multiply 2 into 10, 5 into 2, so it will be 10. 10 plus 10 is equals to 20. 20 is greater than 15, true. That's why result will be true. Here if you do this like this, 15 in place of 15 you do 25 and run the program, it will return false, because one of the condition, this condition here, first condition, will become false, and in AND both of the conditions should be true to result in true. That's why it's false here. So last question, question number 8 is complete. Lecture number 3 is completed. All the questions are done based on the topics. We have done each question on each operator, each topic. So I hope you like the video. Thank you for watching till the end. And in next lecture, lecture number 4, we'll continue the Python programming series. Thank you for watching.